Welcome back to Runaway with Taborland, and if you've been wondering, I need a little more room back here, then I think I have the solution now. I saw in the Facebook groups, has anybody put an SUV tent on the back of the Runaway? Well, I got one. This is a Sealight SUV tent, which I think is going to be pretty good for this camper. Pretty light. I mean, I guess I don't know how strong I am, but
you are small and feeble.
So let's put this thing on and see what it's like. Stick with me.
Huh? What? No. What?
So as you can see, it's almost been a week since the snow fell in Tallahassee, Florida. Full sun, it's just not melting off. But I'm gonna do something special this time. I'm gonna show you the completed version for those people who can't wait to see what the tent looks like up and attached to the Runaway. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show you that first. So I'm gonna do some editing magic and make the ending the beginning, and then make the ending the setting up of the tent. So I would appreciate if you stuck around for the putting up of the tent at the end of the video. But for those who just want instant gratification, I'm going to do the full tent first. All right, let's get to the good stuff. So here it is completed. So let me show you the inside, because everybody's curious about the inside of these things. So here's what it looks like on the inside. And if that's just not enough room for you, then you can add an SUV tent. It can be done. This one has a big enough opening. It is a little tight, but let me show you what the finished product looks like. So now, of course, I gotta spread it out a little bit more. There we go. So yeah. Like I said before, you come in, you have a little hook up there to hang a lantern. You have plenty of pockets down here. The floor's nice. And then when you open up the back, you can access it from the back. Make it nice and easy. Sorry, the bed's not made. But that's what it looks like. Would I recommend it? Probably not, to be honest with you.
Thank you for your honesty. I like honesty.
All right, so the goal's putting it on the back of that. So let's open this up and see if I can get out of the shot. Let's see what comes in this. Comes with a pretty nice size case. So one thing holding it. Now I do like when the instructions are attached to like the bag so we don't lose them, but let's go ahead and open this guy up. Now because it's an SUV tent, it comes with these suction cups. These are just my tie downs, my spikes, I guess. But it comes with these suction cups so you can stick them to the windows. So when you attach it to your car, you have the opening to hook them onto. I'll show you that in a minute. So once you got it all laid out, it's an easy up tent. So which that means is the poles are already attached, as you can see. And then pull them out one by one. and lock them in place. And then the next step is lower. The next step, extend your arm till it clicks, and then attach your grommets. Then you got these. Then you got these little guys. Just attach them to the poles. And of course, with any tent, that last one you put in is always the hardest. So as it stands right now, I don't have the rain fly on. It's right over there. But this is your main door. Let's take a look inside. Here's your main door. And then you have the SUV side and then two big windows. And as you can see, I can't even reach the hook in the middle. This thing's pretty tall on the inside, so plenty of room to walk around. But now let's get this attached to the Runaway. Let me take you outside. So as you can see, I got it facing the wrong side, so I gotta spin it around. But man, it's pretty big. Pretty big for a tent, I think. Then we want to get it as close to the Runaway as possible. It's always helpful to have two people, but you can do it yourself. And just to show you, it does have elastic. You see that? It does have elastic and these tie down, so when you put it over your Runaway, you can just put it all the way around. Like putting on your bed sheet.
Yes, you are tight like a tiger.
Now on the entrance flap, they have grommets at the top where you can roll this up to get out of the way. I think they missed an opportunity to make this like a shade, you know? Like an awning. That would have been nice, but they didn't put anything on the sides. There's nothing there to hold it. So if you would get this one, then, you know, you could probably figure out how to make that into an awning. I'm not that handy, to be honest with you. But this thing is huge. Now it does come with these suction cups, but I can't get them to work. Let me show you. They're for windows, but I kind of don't want to put them on my Runaway windows that have tension on it. But you're supposed to just push it on and clamp it down, right? Sounds good, but I tried spinning it to tightening it, but it's not doing anything. It's just spinning. I thought this would be a great surface, but as you can see, let me see if you can see, yeah. Lock it down, but they don't stick. So if you got an idea, I mean, I could wet it, but now I did say it was tight. As you can see, I'm already starting to kind of rip it right where the lights are. So this side is looking good. As you can see, I just kind of tied that on just to keep this side on while I adjust the other side. And then got all the windows open now. That's what it looks like from afar. See, and what I don't like, this is the camp side. So yeah, no matter which way I flip my Runaway, this side is always going to be on the camping side, where my awning is on this side. So, oh yeah, batwing awning. I can't set that up either. So you can't have your batwing awning if you have a tent. I guess it does make sense. But gives you a ton of space. Now let's try and put this rain fly on, huh? See what that looks like. So when putting on your rain fly, go ahead and attach it before you extend your poles, or you're like me, trying to figure out a way to get it over to put the rain fly on. But I think I got a way, the lazy way. Let's see if it'll work. I attached one side to down already over in the corner. And I'm gonna take my bag, and since the rain fly has these little hooks, I'm gonna attach my bag to the hook. Throw it over. Hopefully throw it hard enough where you can just reach it. And start pulling it. But don't pull it all the way, because you need the other side. Then it makes it much easier to put your rain fly on. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a pain in the butt rain fly. But as long as you have like most tents, you put the logo where the main door is, and you shouldn't have any trouble. Looks a bit wonky. That's better. So this tent doesn't need to be for sleeping also. If you just want extra space, I mean, I don't recommend it, but you can use this like as an outdoor shade tent. Those easy ups might be a better way, but let me show you inside again. So this is what it looks like inside. Trying to give you a good angle. Now the only problem I see if you're gonna do this for sleeping or anything and it starts to rain, yes, you have a rain fly, but I don't know, water gonna collect up here and come in. You know, it's pretty tight on here. It's pretty tight on here, but I don't know if water's gonna come in, because these things are meant to go all the way over the car, like halfway over our car, and it just won't fit on a Runaway that way. It has to just clump up right here. So that's the only downfall I see. And of course, I would put a tarp down on the outside so I don't put this directly on the floor, and I'd stake it in and do all sorts of things, but you don't care. You don't want to see all that.
That's right!
And like I said, I don't like the door is on the wrong side. Some of you might like that. You might like having the door on the opposite side, but I think it's kind of weird. Wonder why they built it like that. I guess because you can turn your SUV any way you want it to have it facing the campsite. They weren't thinking of Runaways. So people making SUV tents, think of Runaway campers and all tiny campers when designing your SUV tents to have a bigger opening. Now, the big question, would I recommend this? No, I wouldn't. It's a pain in the butt. Now, of course, like I showed you before, this is an easy setup one. So the tent is super easy to set up. So if you're getting it for an SUV, which is its intended purpose, then it's perfect. It's really nice. I don't like the rain fly. Rain fly was a pain in the butt to put on because it's so small. But it's just a little too tight around the Runaway. And another problem I found out, which I didn't realize till after I set it up, on the driver's side, yep, that's my license plate that I smushed. So it didn't really go over the license plate, but as you can see, the stabilizers do come down. And like I said, if it rains, it is nice and flat. You can see how tight it is, but rain's gonna accumulate, you know, and then pull this down like that, and then it's gonna be a big droopy mess on the inside. So This is the Sealight. Now, I got this on Temu, but they also make it on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. I'll leave a link to it in the description below, so in case you are curious about it. Of course, it'll probably help when you stake it down because I think it's getting discombobulated. But it does add a lot more room to your Runaway. But I don't know, it might be just be more trouble than it's worth. Get a separate tent, or get, if you have a truck, get the tent that goes in the back of the truck. Maybe that'd be better. Oh, one more thing. If you guys don't have one of these steps yet from Amazon, it's it holds 1,100 pounds, so I'm pretty safe. But it glows in the dark nicely, has rough padding around the outside so you won't slip, and the legs are adjustable. Really nice. I bought one, and I just bought another one to go on the back door because that's the way I like to go in. Oh, there's gonna be jokes there. But I'll put a link for that too in case you want to get one of those step stools to get in the Runaway nice and easy. So there you have it. That's what it looks like when the SUV tent on the back of your Runaway. Where are you at on this? I was hopeful, but now, I mean, I'm gonna use it since I paid for it. I can't return it since I kind of ripped it already. But I think, so please leave me your comments on what you guys think, and maybe, did you have better luck if you have one already? Did you have better luck with yours than I'm having with this one? Maybe I did something wrong, but this is the first time I set it up. So if you have a better way, you know, we buy our Runaways because we don't want to deal with tents anymore. And here I am dealing with a second tent. Well, I got rid of the tent kitchen. But I hope, Journey, if you're watching, this is your new palace when you come camping with us. At least as long as it lasts. So on this, I have some pros and some cons. If I stop moving the camera, I have some pros and cons on this. Pros, very, very roomy. Feels, you know, double stitched. Feels, the quality feels nice. Lots of room, tons of headroom. It's big enough where the door will open for the Runaway so you can access, go back and through. If it's the summertime, you know, you can open that door and let the AC flow into the tent. So you have people sleeping here, they can get AC too. That's the only pros I got for this thing. The negatives, it's a little too tight around the Runaway where it's messing up my tag, and it's already ripping around the light source. This rainfly, it's more like a bikini. It just covers just enough. And the last con is, I know the door's on the wrong side. So that's it for this episode of Runaway with Taborland. I hope I answered some of your questions on an SUV tent for a Runaway. Does it work? Does it not work? Tell me what you like. Like I said before, tell me what you like, what you don't like about yours. Or if you're thinking about getting one, now you're like, maybe not. And as always, thanks again for watching Runaway with Taborland. I really appreciate it. Anyway, thanks for watching.
2 hours later.
Okay, another con. This thing is the hardest thing to put away. Nothing fits right. I've opened it up 3 times, and this is as far as I've gotten. And it has to go in that little bag. So I went from a maybe this will be good to this thing really stinks. And I'm getting real frustrated. All right, just had to rant.
Losing his mind.
Sorry for the birds. They're pretty loud this morning. Got a woodpecker over here. I don't know, I got something over there. All you bird lovers out there, if you can hear all this chatter, let me know what kind of birds they are. I know I got a woodpecker. That's all I know because I can hear his little head beating against the tree.